Welcome back, everyone. iOS 14 has been out for about 2 weeks now, a little bit under 2 weeks, and I've been able to mess with it. Again, I want you to tell you, this is a unstable beta. So many things can go wrong, and I'm not necessarily looking at this thing as being perfect and comparing it one wholeheartedly to iOS 13. I'm very aware of all the problems and things that involve within a beta. I've been installing beta since iOS 9 or iOS 10 or something. But I want to talk about my experience in detail with the iPhone 7 on iOS 14. And, I will tell you, first of all, don't install this beta, no matter how many good things I talk about it or how many bad things, whatever. Just don't install it. You're better off just keeping on iOS 13 for a little bit longer. It's just not worth installing it, and if you have a side phone, go for it, but if it's your main device, I would 100% recommend you not doing it. Now, with that being said, iOS 14 as a whole across all my devices has actually been pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie, but with my iPhone 7, I don't think it's really that great as of right now, but it has the potential of getting better. My two complaints really are probably within the performance side of things and probably the stability side. Those two things, which is kind of funny because that's what everybody complains about in a beta. My iPhone 6S has been pretty stable, my iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and my iPhone 10 is a little bit more stable now than what it was before. My iPhone 7, I've always had problems with my iPhone 7, I'm not gonna lie. So the one issue that I've been having a lot is just the apps just not responding. So when I'm opening up an app, things like, if I'm trying to play a game like Thank You or something like that, it just won't register sometimes. It just takes me a couple of extra times to go and try to register and try to touch the screen, and then it'll start responding. Other than that, sometimes apps will open and it'll just be a black screen instead of the actual app loading. So that's another thing. I'm not really too sure what's going on there, but it is a stability issue. By the time beta 2 or beta 3 comes out, it'll probably be fixed, but I just want to address it now so then people from Apple and everyone can hear these issues and fix it by the time the next beta comes out. So that was one of the bigger issues I was having. Another slight issue, which isn't an issue, it's just, something that just kind of happens, is the performance did go down a little bit going from iOS 13 to iOS 14. I want to say that by the time the official version comes out, things may change, but it's still kind of up in the air. So as of right now, it's kind of 50-50, it has the potential of getting better, but we really just don't really know as of this point. So I'm expecting it to be about the same. And even the performance, I don't really have that big of an issue about, as long as the stability is good. If it's a stable device, then go for it. And right now, iOS 14 on an iPhone 7 specifically is not that stable, so keep that in mind. I will do an updated full review by the time the official version comes out and maybe when the public beta comes out. So make sure you guys don't miss those videos because those are going to be much more better than this. Now, I did test the battery life as well on a separate test, and I saw that the battery life was actually slightly better on iOS 14 than on iOS 13. Now, it wasn't an extra hour or anything. It was about an extra 15-20 minutes, I think. So definitely not a humongous change, but it's definitely noticeable, I would say. But it's definitely cool to see the battery being a little bit better. The battery health between these two iPhones were about the same as well. I think the black iPhone 7 maybe had a little bit of a better battery health, but only by 1 or 2%. So even the battery healths were pretty decently the same on these two as well. So if anything, the battery life didn't take a huge hit like the stability did, so that's a good thing. Even if the battery life was a little bit worse, like I stated always, I would always take a worse battery life and have a more stable phone than have an unstable phone and have better battery life. And as of this point, it's kind of we're in that, ballpark. It's kind of we have an unstable phone but better battery life. So it'd be cool if both those things go and improve by the time the official version comes out. So that's really pretty much it. I mean, I will tell you, as a first beta, just like what everyone's been saying, it hasn't been that bad. It hasn't been that bad of a beta. Is it the best beta? Is it the worst? I don't know. I mean, it's probably a stable beta compared to the other ones, but I want to see when beta 5, beta 6 comes out, if we ever get to that point. I want to see how stable this device is and how stable the software is as of that point, because that's around the point where it's either make it or break it. With iOS 12, there were some times where the betas were kind of, messing up around that area, and then they were able to overcome it. And I feel like every single beta had that type of thing. iOS 11, every beta was kind of like that. With iOS 13, I think it was pretty good overall. But with iOS 14, once we get over that hump and get closer to the official release, that's when the most stable versions of iOS 14 are probably going to start coming. So the longer you can wait to install the beta on your iPhones, especially your iPhone 7, you'll be in a better situation. And I would always recommend that over just updating on iOS 14 and the first beta. So that's really pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.